I would like to remind you that you are watching the Benelux Speed Gathering. We organize bi-monthly gatherings in the Benelux for speedrunners. We are currently streaming our annual weekly event live from Hotel Asteria in Venray, the Netherlands. By donating, you will be eligible for one of the amazing prizes sponsored by Nintendo Core. Any donation will get you a chance to win one of the prizes of the day, and it will also give you a 3 times bigger chance to win the grand prize. The day prizes, you can find the day prizes with the command !prizes and so forth. I'm gonna look to my left real quick and check if everyone is ready, and it seems like we fixed everything. So without much further ado, let me kick it over to the run. Let's go.
Hello, it's me. I'm here to run the messenger. What did the file name end up being?
Oh, right, yeah, let me do a final refresh on that one for you.
If I remember rightly, someone put like £25 to it, or euros, so...
It would be amazing if they put pounds to it.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Even more money.
So wait.
Even more money, not after Brexit.
Oh no,
Oh,
not like this.
too real.
File name, let's see. It ended up being Cherry.
Okay.
So that's
How do I spell that?
capital T.
Oh, I know.
There you go.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
All right, are we ready to
Awesome.
start?
Alright, so on a countdown, shall we?
Yeah, sure. 3, 2,
2,
1, go! All right, hello, this is The Messenger. It's a game about a ninja, which might remind you of like Ninja Gaiden and similar retro ninja games. It came out last year. It's my personal game of the year. And to kick it off, we're going to be at this dude's ninja school, where we learn the fabled cloud step technique, which makes it so that whenever we hit something while in the air or leaving the ground, we get a little double jump in the air. In this stage, it's kind of like a tutorial. We're not going to see too much interesting stuff happening, just mostly introducing us to the mechanic. And then suddenly, demons attack in a second. Spoilers. There it is.
Ooh.
Oh, I forgot to hold down. There's a small weird thing if you crouch during that cutscene, you save like a frame. And so we're already behind world record. Good stuff.
Yeah, that demon sure is atrocious.
Luckily, the hero of legend, what's his name again? The Western hero is gonna come save us from the demons. There's actually a chance those 2 demons he shot earlier can drop time shards, which is the currency for this game, but they didn't. So RNG already being rough. Hopefully not a sign of things to come.
Do you need these time shards for something specifically? Or?
Yeah, we are going to get upgrades, a lot of them. So the first milestone or goal for time shards we're going to have is 30, or actually 40, but we need at least 30 before going to the first screen. And that's going to be it for the first level. This is Autumn Hills, the actual first level. This is a very open stage. It's got some nice colors going on. I tried to do a little exploit there called a back boost, where you turn around and hit an enemy with more than 1 hit point and it sort of boosts you backwards. It's really dumb and I probably shouldn't be doing it. So the best thing that could happen right now is exactly that, having 34 time shards before transitioning into this next screen, making it so this arc gives us exactly the 40 mark we're aiming for. And we're gonna say hi to the shopkeeper, buy our first upgrade, which is the Mark of the Ninja, or the Strike of the Ninja, which will allow us to destroy enemy projectiles and gain cloud steps off of them.
Can I do a quick donation?
Sure, go ahead.
I have a €5 donation from Kyle Berry saying, "Why is it called the N2 skip?"
Oh god.
Because 2 guys named North discovered it.
Yeah, okay, that's a little bit of an inside joke. Shadows of Calberry, another great speedrunner. Failed the double damage boost, but that's fine. Shadows of Calberry, he's a cool guy and also a speedrunner of this game. There's also a player called N2, and he discovered one of the cooler strats in the game. I'll mention it again when we get there, but basically at one point I said it's probably called N2 skip because two guys named North came up with it, so it's N2. And yeah, so that's kind of an inside joke of the community that originated because I made a dumb comment.
And that's the best way things have come about.
Exactly. Now, you can actually damage boost through these saws. They're going to do 3 damage, but I'm not going to do that because I want to do a different strat and be a little bit safe about it. In a normal run, I would actually damage boost through that and then also go for the strat and hope for it to be damageless. That's hard. Well, I sort of got it, but then I messed it up. That's Spike Tower, or Spike Tower Skip, or Tower Spike Skip. Whatever you want to call it, it saves you like 2 seconds, and it's stylish. Gonna see the first bit of cool cloud step platforming. Mostly just holding right though, and trying never to stop holding the right key to get that efficiency. Gonna pick up some extra time shard just for safety.
Do you have a favorite track from this game? 'Cause a lot of the music is just good.
All of the music is very
Yeah,
good.
man. But do you have a? If you're gonna pick something.
My favorite would actually be in the DLC, probably.
Ah, okay. Looks like we'll have to raise that
Looks
money.
like we'll have to get that incentive.
Can
Donating for...
that happen at the end of this, or?
Yeah, sure. I have a separate file that I prepared for it in case it
Cool.
happens.
So you have until the end of this run to raise, I think, 300.
Gonna be sick.
can
Picnic
do
Panic
this.
is the free DLC. Completely free. If you have the game, you have Picnic Panic, in case you didn't know. Where you have a couple of extra stages on a tropical island. We are gonna be finishing up the first stage here with 142 time shards. Actually gonna get a little bit extra here. Which is very nice. We have pretty good amounts. Supposed to have at least 130, so we're beating that by quite a margin. Say hi to the shopkeeper again. Buy both the... can't remember what it's called. Second Wind and shurikens. Now, Second Wind is gonna allow us to jump off of damage, which makes damage boosting easier. And shurikens are just projectiles that you can throw to deal damage. Alright, got it.
Nice.
That's a decently difficult first cycle there. That requires not frame perfects or anything mashing, but it's pretty hard. Shurikens mostly we just use for bosses and making them go faster just to get some extra hits in. This is Forlorn Temple, the best level in the entire game. That was Forlorn Temple.
Nice.
We're gonna come back there later in the run when like we're an hour deep. I'm gonna say hi to the folk in here. This is Necro. He's very scared of skeletons and dead things. So it's kind of ironic how he got placed in the catacombs. Which, by the way, these are the catacombs. And catacombs are all about cycles. With crushers and scythes and all kinds of crazy stuff. Something of note in this stage, especially, spikes deal 3 damage, and so do saw blades and swinging spiky balls. And so we can only really damage boost once, unless we get a health pickup. Checkpoints do refill some of your HP, but only up to 3, so you're still only just 1 spike away from death. This is one of those spike balls. We're gonna damage boost past it. Strategically using a skeleton to only take 1 heart of damage.
But these global cycles are only per room.
Yes, these are room-based, not level-based.
Okay.
So if you mess one up, it's fine. So far, though, we're doing pretty well.
Oh
I'm
no.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just making a joke. Don't worry.
You might notice how the previous stage was very open and lots of big jumps. This stage is very closed and scary with all the crushers. That's kind of like a thing in this game. There's a lot of closed stages and there's a lot of open stages, which I guess I'll mention whenever we get to some of those. Pretty cool damage boost strat I did there. We're actually going to go for a second damage boost in a second. And to get some extra HP, we do some interesting routing around that platform to get that extra HP. Wizrobes are jerks in this game. They're not actually called Wizrobes, I think they're just called wizards. We call them Wizrobes, and they have RNG-based teleports, which can be really fun to deal with. Let's hope they're nice to me here. Oh, I missed. Feels bad. And see that sometimes they just teleport around and play with you, and it's the worst. Luckily, this one was pretty nice, even after I missed it. Go for a damage boost here. Pretty nice. Lots of skeletons that are just gonna run away from us.
So Wizrobes are completely RNG.
Yep, they're completely RNG. I think there might be some way to manipulate them by like transitioning into other screens, but
Not doing
really
that.
cool room here where you use cloud steps a lot and really be a ninja. That's like the first time we get to really showcase how cool this mechanic is. Pretty hard room here. That was really close to death. This is Crusher Skip. It's pretty tight, but we managed to get through.
Nice.
That's gonna be wrapping up this stage. And the boss coming up is very cute. He's called Ruxton. He can either go high or low, and we're gonna go hope for high. Because if he goes low, it's actually a lot slower.
Ooh, that looks low.
Nah, this is just a cutscene.
Alright.
He teleports out, and he can appear high or low. That's low.
Predicted it. Right.
Yeah, you jinxed it.
Sorry, man.
Though, to be fair, the low strat's actually pretty cool. But this is what would happen if you went high. He'd just go up here right away. Stop mashing for a second. That's going to be Ruxton. Very nice. Pretty clean boss fight for a low Ruxton. So that loses you like 15 seconds, if I recall. Gonna be, not dead. Oh, I guess he's a skeleton. But he regrets being evil, so he's gonna be a good boy from now on. Going into Bamboo Creek. Now, the song for this stage actually has official lyrics by Rainbow Dragon Eyes. Shout out to Rainbow Dragon Eyes, the composer of this game. I'm not gonna burden you with those lyrics here. They are out there, though. Something about Chinese food.
Alright, time to Google this.
I wonder if you can actually find it. It's a tweet by him. So it's kind of like a meme in our community.
Cool, so, what was the stage name again, sorry?
Bamboo Creek.
So, bam.
You might want to look up Bamboo Boogaloo, because that's what the song is called. Gonna use some shurikens to hit that lever over there. Get past this room super quickly. Damage boost there for slightly faster movements.
I like Chinese food. Chinese food is good for you.
Yes,
Oh,
I
man,
like
you already
eating,
found it?
I like
was
eating
somebody-
Chinese food, and Chinese food is yummy too. If you like me too, you will give me Chinese food. Because it is so yummy, did I mention I like Chinese food? It's pretty great. I didn't actually sing it. We're gonna go out of bounds there, not really out of bounds.
You can buy the download digital
Oh, that's
track.
frustrating.
But that doesn't count as out of bounds.
Yes. Even though we clearly go out of the bounds of the game, we don't count that as out of bounds because you don't actually clip to get there.
So clipping out of bounds is out of bounds.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's dumb. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. Okay, so this is N2 skip. Oh, let's go.
Nice.
Nice, good job.
That's pretty difficult. One of the harder tricks in 8-bit. And so that's found by N2. N2 is like an amazing runner. He found tons of cool strats. He's a New Game Plus runner. Shout out to N2. He was in chat earlier. Very cool guy.
Do we have time for some donations?
Go right on ahead.
I've got a €5 donations from Captain GMFees saying, let's get some €5 train started. Choo choo.
Choo-choo.
And I have a €100 donation from
Holy
N2
crap. N2,
Hey, Antu.
I told you he's a cool guy.
saying, good luck, Piranha Pig.
Wow.
Bamboo boys, do the thing and get world record.
Don't count on it, but thank you so much, N2, for the €100.
And then we have another €5 donation from Punmeister version 2.0 saying, what do ninjas drink during the summer?
I don't know. What do ninjas drink during the summer?
Karate.
Karate, as in T-E-A.
No, don't.
There's nothing funnier than a joke explained, man.
Man,
It makes it like 10 times funnier. Okay, so this is Howling Grotto. We just picked up 2 upgrades. The wingsuit and the wingsuit attack. And I guess also the water dash, but we're not going to be seeing too much of that here. The wingsuit just lets us glide a little bit. And the wingsuit attack lets us slash while gliding. It's pretty self-explanatory, really. The stage, again, very closed, unlike Bamboo Creek and Autumn Hills. But it's got a great track. And in this track, there's like an audio clip of the devs going, hey! And we in the speedrunning community like to...
Looks like they're listening to music.
What? You mean...
The guys in the...
Oh, those
yeah,
guys, yeah, the Golem...
They're DJing on one hand and then slamming the earth on the other.
Yeah, we have an emote called Golem Jam with them.
Sweet,
Hey!
that's great.
Fine.
So that hey was the hey from the devs. We like to go along with it. It's a great meme. Pretty smooth so far. The stage also has a lot of spikes. And it's kind of a risk-reward thing, whether you want to glide or fall fast. Because gliding, obviously, it's pretty slow. But it also stops you from falling into spikes, which is something you might want to do. Coming up is a Golem, and we're going to debate him into throwing his rock one way, and then just go past him. There's going to be the water dash. Going to use that momentum to glide over. Very cool. We're going to see more of that. We like to call that a yeet. Of course we do.
Yeah.
What else would it be called?
Pretty predictable.
We used to call it a water boost, I believe, but then...
That sounds less lame.
It's going to be a second hay coming up. Oh no, I messed up. Oh, this is awful.
Was that just
Hey!
the RNG? Oh.
Nah, that was just me being bad.
Okay.
Alright, here's Emerald Golem, which is a pretty hard boss, I'd say. If I fail any of the strats, I'm probably going to die and it loses you a lot of time because he's slow. So we're going to hope not to die here. I'm going to go for a damage boost just because I'm stupid. That's bad. What am I doing? This is really... Okay, so what I did in the center is hit him 7 times and then finish it off with a shuriken. We're gonna have to do that twice. I'm just gonna play it super safe here. Do that again. And that should be a first phase 2 cycle. And there's the second phase where he's just a little wisp flying around. You can go one of 3 ways here. You can go up and left, which is the best. You can go up and right, or down and right. That's the second worst you can get. Like that. I kind of did a poor explanation there, but there's 3 patterns, and we got the middle one. So it turns out...
Don't make him cry.
I'm sorry, I already did. It was also just a big misunderstanding, and he really was just mining, and we just suddenly attacked him, and he's like, it's fine, dude, don't worry about it. But once we're gone, he can't hold back the tears, and he starts crying. Poor guy. We destroyed his golem.
Shame on you.
Sorry. I'm just trying to progress here. So this level is very memey. A lot of good memes for this stage. It's called Quillshrew Marsh, and it's got an absolute banger.
Ooh, I look forward to it.
This stage is a lot of holding right and glide attacking. And fun facts, this screen is the longest horizontal screen aside from autoscrollers, and you can traverse the entire screen without stopping holding right. And that's the meme. And everyone has a copy pasta about it, and it's the worst.
It's satisfying though.
It is. It's actually pretty nice if you get it. It's nothing can bother you up here. And we're gonna use this bird. Birds in this game are just like fuel for strats, like that. See, I used that bird to skip a portion. And I also skipped a checkpoint just because I'm overconfident.
I know what they say about overconfidence.
What do they say about overconfidence?
It's a slow and insidious killer.
That's right.
Yeah. Sorry.
Don't worry, I don't like going slow. So, slow and insidious killers won't really be much of a threat to me, because I'll just be going too fast. If they're slow, they can't keep up. Look at how fast I'm going.
Whoa. That's like the whole
Movements,
stage.
I'm gonna actually grab this checkpoint, though,
Okay.
because it makes for some cool movements.
You're a flippin' ninja.
Yeah, this stage has a lot of cool movements. Coming up is a cool strat where we're gonna use 2 shurikens to snipe that enemy and the lever behind him. So we never have to stop holding right. This part's very claustrophobic. Hopefully we can get past though. There we go. Very nice.
Beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. Bird, go away. Get a
Can
damage
I-
boost through here twice. Hopefully. Alright, sometimes you get hit 3 times. There we go. There's also a very scary, risky, stupid strat that I'm gonna go for that'll kill me if I miss it, and then we have to go all the way back to the checkpoint. But I'm gonna go for it. It's in this screen here. Oh, I already probably failed it. Alright, never mind. I won't go for it. How's that? You can jump around that platform over there. But I was afraid I was going too slow, so... decided on not going for it. It only saves you like 0.2 seconds. That's going to be it for Quillshrew Marsh. The boss fight here has a couple of strats, and the actual super fast strat is what I'm going to be going for. If I miss it, it won't be too big a deal, though. I think I missed it. Yeah, I missed it. That's fine. It's still gonna be hopefully pretty quick if I don't die. Very nice. So, I'm gonna kill her here. She can't actually die during an attack, so she has to die in the next attack. It's very confusing, and if I had saved a shuriken, I could have killed her with a stylish move, but I really wanted to get the strat, so I used my shuriken. Anyway, that's gonna wrap up Quillshrew Marsh. There we go, into Searing Crags, which I don't like this stage very much. This is difficult. But it also does give you the coolest upgrade in the entire game, which is the rope dart. Not a hook shot, it's the rope dart. The shopkeeper really emphasized the fact that it's a rope dart.
Sorry.
Are we gonna buy the hookshot? Uh-huh.
We also purchased health drops and an HP upgrade. So from here, this run really starts getting super fast. Except when you miss rope darts, it's actually pretty embarrassing.
No one saw.
Ah, that's bad. That's really bad, actually.
Do we
gonna
have
pick
time
this up.
for donation?
Sure, go ahead.
I got another €5 from Captain GMT saying, "Jokes? I can do those." A ninja, a speedrunner, and a lurker walk into the bar. The bartender says, "Good to see you two."
I like it.
And that puts the DLC adding to 245 euros. So we only need
Oh my God.
155 euros to
Wow.
meet that. So I think we can manage that.
Yeah, we can.
Hey, we
So-
can do that.
Get your donations out, everyone. Let's get that €5 hype train started.
You want more glorious music like this?
So you're just gonna see me rope dart everything I can, basically. Because rope darting is a whole lot faster than walking. That's a small mistake there. Grab some safety HP. Coming up is the final room. First we have this little section here. Where you can rope dart these armadillos and go real fast. It's great fun. That was really sloppy. Up we go. That's gonna do it for Searing Crags. And here comes another slightly RNG heavy bit. Colas and Suzes, the two ogres. Basically, the way this fight works is they both have separate health bars, and you gotta deplete both of them to kill them. They can swap out at pretty much any time. And they can also do tag team attacks. And they can do other attacks. But they cannot die while... It's confusing. Even if this guy could be dead right now. It would be more likely here. I think he's pretty much dead at this point. But sometimes he does an attack at 1 HP. And that'll make you lose a lot of time because you can't actually kill them during an attack. But that was a really nice boss fight with some really good RNG. Not really a whole lot of skill involved, mostly just mashing buttons. Anyway, they're gonna help us go on to the next stage. Most people's favorite stage, not mine, but definitely one of the highlights, especially of the first half of the game. This is Glacial Peak. Shovel, please. Sour, please. Everything you got.
Ooh, I like this one.
This stage has been described as perfect because it has so many rope dart points and it is everything just so nice for speedrunning that it's most people's favorite. And I can see why. One of the coolest looking levels in the game. If it goes well. Oh my god. So sometimes you'll see me awkwardly get up a wall. That means I'm trying to do rope dart climbing, which is slightly faster than just normal wall jumping, but it's kind of hard to do with the way I have my buttons mapped. Some people remap their rope dart button to be on like a shoulder button so they can mash it easier. Not me, I just have the standard setup, which makes rope dart climbing kind of awkward. This is Halberd, by the way. He appeared in Bamboo Creek, but he can't die, so we kind of just ignore him. We'll see him come back later. He's an important character. Spoilers. Gonna do a one-tile wall jump here. Never mind, I guess. Ice physics are hard. That's fine. Not gonna go for Dragon Strike strats. Shout out to Dragon Strike. It's gonna be it for Glacial Peak. That was like really mediocre, but acceptable. We're gonna have a pretty long cutscene, so host, if you have anything to say, donations or anything, now would be the time.
Okay. We would like to thank Nintendo Core for sponsoring our prizes. Nintendo Core is an online store that sells Nintendo goodies and all sorts of other merch. Be sure to check them out at nintendocore.org. And to go ahead with more thank yous, we want to thank ESA for supporting the event and allowing us to stream on their channel. A quick reminder that you can consider using your free monthly Twitch Prime subscription right here on the ESA channel. You'll get access to both the ESA and the BSG amount, and you support both of our events.
That's good. We're on the next stage, Tower of Time. This stage has got a lot of lasers and a lot of spikes and a lot of crushers, and it's just generally a bad time. Lasers actually deal 4 hearts of damage, which is very scary because they can 2-shot us. But we are going to be damage boosting through one of them, because we're crazy like that. Wizrobe being very nice and just letting us kill him. What a bro. Interesting thing about the lasers, I'm still not sure how it works, but there's like a frame in their animation where they're not there, so you can actually just go right through them with a rope dart. Pretty cool skip there. I've done it like once and it's really dumb and inconsistent, so we never go for it. This Wizrobe can also be a troll, but luckily he's been pretty nice. More Wizrobes. Wizrobes are really a theme here, and they can all be trolls, but so far they're actually pretty nice. This one's even going to make a nice target for my rope dart. Coming up is a pretty scary strat that I'm going to go for. It can kill you, but it's pretty unlikely. So we're going to do our best here. What I did there, I got it by the way, is slash and then jump off the wall. And slashes in this game are very wide and very long, making it so that if you jump off the wall while slashing, you can actually just hit straight through the wall, and it's we use it a couple times to hit certain crystals and stuff. I would damage boost through these if I had the HP. Sadly, I don't. That was a bit of decent rope dart climbing. Gonna go through this room pretty fast. There we go. Don't want to be hit by any spikes. Got some HP. Very nice. Stage isn't too scary. There's not a whole lot of enemies or anything that can kill you. It's mostly just lots of high damage stuff. But as long as we stay calm, should be able to go. Get a decent amount of time. This would actually be the end of the 8-bit run, which is the most popular category. Mostly because of how short it is. That was just the messiest thing of all time. The 8-bit category is about 30 minutes long. Well, 31 minutes long, I guess. And it ends after this stage. I guess that's kind of a spoiler. We're gonna end 8-bit after this stage. But any percent goes on 4 times as long. Gonna use that trick I talked about earlier to hit straight through that wall, get that crystal. Very nice. This is Ascent. Very cool looking. Gonna use slashes to sort of gimp our jumps so we land sooner. If you slash while jumping, you actually don't go as high. Coming up is the Arcane Golem. Pretty difficult boss fight to do fast. If you just do safe strats, it's pretty much impossible to die, but I'm gonna go for fast strats, because obviously. It's a big boy. They're gonna do the thing. Sadly, the game's in Chinese, I believe. I don't just say that to be racist. Chinese is actually the fastest language in this game. Basically, what we're gonna do is rope dart its head, and because of the weird way rope darts work, we can just be invulnerable to most of its attacks while on its head, and we're just gonna try and hit it as much as possible. And sometimes you still get hit. It's kind of strange. That was really messy, but that's the end of 8-bit. Pretty cool ending frame there. Coming up is another pretty lengthy cutscene, but not as long. Where we're gonna not only transform into a 16-bit being, but also we're gonna get a cool hat, which you'll see in a second.
Whoa.
Time travel. Wow, look at that hat.
Crazy.
Crazy hat. And now we're 16-bit.
There's the categories for each bit.
Sort of. You always have to go through 8-bit before you can go to 16-bit.
Yeah.
But there's 8-bit, there's linear, which I guess I'll tell you when that ends. For some reason, the people that run this game, they just don't want to get stuck in a 2-hour-long category, because 90% of this game is 2 hours long. So they just split it up. So there's 8-bit, which is about 30 minutes long. There's linear, which is about 40 minutes long. And then there's any percent, which is 2 hours. This is Cloud Ruins, by the way. Again, sour please. Any cool dancing emotes you've got? It's a very nice track. Especially since it's 16-bit, nice bit of variety from all the 8-bit music. We are going to be revisiting some of 8-bit soon, don't you worry. That was just the best damage I've ever taken. Alright.
How much does out of bounds save?
Out of bounds saves about 30 minutes, a little bit more, no, actually a little bit less. It skips a whole bunch of the game, and a lot of the game is just played while you're not on screen, which I don't really like, but I've played some of Out of Bounds. I'm, I believe, also third in that category, if no one's beaten my time since. It's a pretty cool category because there's a lot more tricks and mechanics going on. But 8-bit no, or any percent no Out of Bounds is way more gameplay, and it actually shows off the entire game.
Is there much actual gameplay difference between 16 or 8-bit and 16-bit in
Nope.
terms of? No? Okay.
There's pretty much nothing. Correct me if I'm wrong. Someone from chat, if I remember correctly, like the physics are the same. The only thing that's different are some obstacles act differently, some enemies act differently. But
You are fourth, by the way.
sorry?
Someone said in chat you are fourth.
I'm fourth now in Out of Bounds. There you go. I haven't
If
checked the
if I
leaderboards
understood
in a
that
while.
correctly.
I don't know. I used to be third in both Out of Bounds and no Out of Bounds, but I haven't really PB'd in a while.
Oh, you got sniped yesterday.
Oh wow. Congratulations. Probably Pikachu. Unless it was in Out of Bounds, in which case I don't know who it was.
There's
Congratulations.
zero
Oh yeah, I don't know. Sorry. I haven't really been active in the community recently. Except when the DLC came out, I played a lot of that. Did a lot of races. Said it's a 2C and CUNY.
Hey, we can play the DLC later today.
Yeah, exactly. All you gotta do is donate a little bit and we'll get to see it. Picnic Panic.
Oh man, how much do we have to donate to get that?
I'm not sure. Why don't we ask the hosts?
Ah,
Oh, say something.
Well, are we talking about the DLC
Yeah.
incentive? It's
Yeah.
still at 155 euros. It's such a small amount, guys. Come on, we can smash that.
I believe it.
yeah, that's just 16 $5 donations. We can
Exactly.
do that.
Exactly.
If everyone in chat would donate
mean-
€1 right now, we would easily destroy it.
I think I was wrong on my math with that one.
I mean, if everyone in chat donated $1, I think we destroyed and then some.
What? No,
You know what to
that'd
do,
be great.
chat. I just looked at the camera and it might have been a bad idea, but I also didn't. You know what to do, chat. This is the
Intimidation by
sellout,
Rise.
sellout time.
It's okay,
missed.
because it's for charity, so it's okay to sell out.
Exactly. I sniped that demon boy. He gave us some health. It's very important that you snipe him. If you don't snipe him, he actually just jumps off a cliff. He's there to bait you into jumping off the same... It's not really a cliff, it's actually a bunch of clouds, but he's there to bait you into death. So we snipe him to avoid bad luck. When I say we, I mean me. I, because I don't think anyone else does it. That's going to be the end of the level part of Cloud Ruins, and coming up is, if you don't include the DLC, the hardest boss in the game by far. It's Manfred the Dragon. I might die here.
Ooh.
Hopefully we get the Manfred glitch. Oh. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is juggle Manfred. That was
that's a shame.
kind of rough. It's really annoying because if you miss a juggle, he actually gets faster. Because for every hit he gets faster, but it only applies once he's off screen. So now he's going to be real fast. Unless he does a spinning attack, in which case I'll miss him completely. See how fast he is now? Very hard to actually hit him. Well, we're gonna hope for an arcing attack in a second where he does a cool thing and then blows a bunch of fireballs, because otherwise it's... Oh, never mind. That was actually pretty decent.
Nice, good job.
Yeah, I've seen people be insane with that boss fight, and
I've
it's just
actually-
crazy to see that.
I've done it in one juggle before,
Oh,
but
it's just beautiful to see.
it is. There's also something called Manfred glitch, where at the start you saw him like do a twirling attack. Yeah, he's good now, since we beat the hell out of him.
He loves you.
There's actually a thing called Manfred glitch, which is a very creative title, might I add, where he just spins around the circle forever, and you can just hit him as much as you want. That's the fastest thing to get there, but I don't really know how to do it. I've gotten it like twice. This is the Underworld, and it's got some great music. And also a whole lot of lava. Lava is an instant kill.
You could do a rave party.
Can I do some donations?
Go ahead.
We've got a €5 donations from Pickle saying, "Cool hat, Pog. Good luck, PiranhaPig."
Eagle. How you doing, man? Thank you for the €5. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
No. We got a €1 donation from everyone in chat with no comment.
Nice.
Nice.
And we've got a €1 donations from Kinnell11 saying, "Let's go, guys." Totally not me.
Yeah.
I despawned those little enemies up there. It kind of just happened. They're called Mike Wazowskis, or at least that's what we call them. And you don't really have to despawn them, but sometimes it just kind of happens. Good story, I know. So far, this is pretty decent Underworld. What do you guys think? Should I take a checkpoint or no?
I think you're good. You're doing great. You should take the checkpoint.
Right.
That's the checkpoint. You can save... Oh, whoops. See, now I actually entered the shop. That's not what you're supposed to do.
I'm sorry,
Look what
man.
you've done!
I can't believe I've done this.
No worries.
Okay.
It only lost us like a second, which we can afford to lose a
No,
second.
man, we're gonna go 1 second overestimate now.
Aw, feels bad.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm just gonna sue you.
It's fine. Don't worry, I'm used to it. Hey,
This
What?
room is very
I don't
cool.
know.
There's stuff going on behind me, and I don't have time to look behind me.
It's okay. People just entered. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
They probably just came back from McDonald's.
Hi, people from McDonald's.
They're gone again.
Okay.
Alright, they're gone again.
Rest
Good.
in peace.
This is gonna be the final. What's this called? A screen. That's right. It's a screen. Final screen of the Underworld. Gonna go into the boss. Now, this boss is very weird. I'll explain it afterwards. Okay, so what happened there is this guy doesn't actually get hit by shurikens. This is bad. He doesn't actually get hit by shurikens. Barmathazel is his name. He actually just reflects them. But what's supposed to happen at the start of this fight is he does an idle animation and then he teleports away. Very good boss fight.
Nice, good job.
But because because I throw a shuriken at him, that resets his idle animation, so I get to hit him a bunch more times. And we do that 3 times to basically do the maximum amount of damage. Alright, so this is like a 2.5 minute long cutscene, so if you have anything to do, you know, stand up, do a stretch or something, this would be the time. At least we've got some, we got some good music to back it up.
Oh, cool. This is like the scene in Owlboy.
I've never played Owlboy.
Oh, man.
It does feel kind of similar, yeah.
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 So now, speaking of similarities, we're gonna have a bit of a deja vu. Because we're in the future now, and there's just a soldier, and he also has the prophecy of the Western hero. And guess what? We went so far east that we ended up in the West, and we're here to save the day.
Linear is finished now, right?
Sorry?
Is linear finished?
Linear is done after Bar Mitzvah, yes. Sorry, I forgot to mention.
Nice.
Also in the shopkeeper percent, which I'll show you why in a second. Well, I can't really show you why the game sort of does it for me because it's a cutscene. So this is when we find out a big twist. It's all a loop. This guy was also a messenger at some point, and now we get to replace him as the shopkeeper.
Oh, this is beautiful.
And then there's our messenger that we have to serve. Now, I haven't actually died yet, which is kind of sort of unfortunate. Basically, in this game, when you die, there's a demon that saves you called Quarble, and he takes some of your money and then he brings you back to life. Now, what's gonna happen to this messenger is we kind of forgot to assign our Quarble to him, so yeah, he's not gonna be doing too great. If he ends up dying, he's dead forever, because he doesn't have a cool demon to save him. And that's gonna send our other shopkeeper into a bit of a panic. Luckily, I kind of forgot to mention the scroll too. There's this game's about a scroll, that's why it's the messenger.
What's in the scroll?
We don't know. All we know is we're supposed to carry it to the top of the glacial peak, and that's what let us enter the Tower of Time. But I forgot. Yeah, we did that already.
Okay, cool.
I forgot to mention everything about this story. This
That's
game has
fine.
a surprisingly deep story. Anyway, now that our messenger soldier boy is dead, we have to fix it. And we're gonna find out about a curse that was placed upon something or whatever. I don't speak Chinese, so I can't really understand what they're talking about. All I know is that now we can teleport around the map, and it's suddenly become a Metroidvania. Not all of the portals have been opened, but 3 of them have, and it's going to allow us to go to Autumn Hills, this time in 16-bit.
Lovely.
Gonna go for a bit of a swag strat here, that's not really necessary. There we go, the one-tile wall jump. So one-tile wall jumps to this game are dumb, and you're gonna see one coming up, and sometimes it's first try and sometimes it's 30th try, and it can lose you like a couple minutes. It's a one-tile wall jump. This is gonna hurt. Never mind. One-tile wall jumps, if I jump normally, you'll see me doing a little somersault. And during that somersault, I'm only 1 tile wide. And somewhere in there, I have to do the wall jump. And it's really tight and stupid. Coming up, by the way, some really cool movements. I missed. Okay, well, still almost cool. Bit of a lag spike there. Fine. So this is the one-tile wall jump we're referring to. I missed the fireball. Well, that's a good start. First
Also,
try, sort of.
Hitting these bubble-looking things gets you back to 8.
Oh, right, yeah. There's portals. I believe last time at BSG we referred to them as Charles because we couldn't think of a name for them, so they're Charles.
Oh, hi, Charles.
They bring us from 8-bit to 16-bit and vice versa. It's really cool the way the game handles this, and it's all cool with the music and stuff. I'm really just, I'm kind of going too fast to appreciate it all, but this is really a good game. Anyway, we've got our first music note, and we need 6 of them to break the curse on the music box. Because there's a guy called Phantom trapped in the music box. Why? I don't know. Something. We're gonna go to the Crystal Caves. What are they called? Not the Crystal Caves. I'm saying too much Dark Souls.
Hey.
Howling Grotto, that's it. We're gonna go here. Because this is a little bit of a hub. This connects a lot of the game. And first of all, this is gonna be really cool. Actually, it's not gonna be as cool if I fail it, so I shouldn't make assumptions. Accidentally grabbed onto the wall there. We're gonna go head towards the Sunken Shrine, which is my favorite stage. Lord knows why. It's actually like the worst stage. Not the worst stage, but it's one of the hardest. To get there, we're gonna have to do an underwater maze, sort of like a Lost Woods type of thing. And normally, if you were playing this game casually, you'd have a seashell to guide you through there, but I just memorized the maze because I'm weird like that. Okay, so that's confusing. I'm gonna do it again. That's pretty much... Oops. I failed it. One of the coolest tricks in this game, you saw me do it there really fast, where I slash and then rope dart. And on the frame that I hit the skeleton, the other skeleton is spawning. And because of the way something works in the game, that makes the other skeleton that's just spawning also die. And because my rope dart just connected with the one skeleton, I teleport to the other. And it's really confusing, and we do it a couple times throughout the run. It's one of the coolest tricks, in my opinion. We'll see it again after this stage. So that was the underwater maze. We're gonna head into Sunken Shrine.
It's very interesting how underwater, just how they change the music.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, check out the stage. Okay, so this stage is very difficult. Got a lot of spikes, and a lot of crushers, and also a trick that was named after me.
Oh.
That I sort of discovered, but it's kind of a weird thing. Anyway, it's called Pee Pee Skip, which is a very flattering name. Thank you for naming it that.
Does it help you skip some pee-pee?
Pretty much. It's actually... I'll show it. It's in like 2 seconds. It's... We already used to do it in a certain way. Basically, what I did is I found a consistent setup for it. But we already used to do this trick. Coming up right now. I failed it. That's gonna be a quit the title just for some HP. No worries. We've got it.
Hi.
Hi. I always name my save files Hi, because the H and the I are just nice and next to each other. Okay, that was Pee Pee Skip. Damageless too, which is even more impressive. Still haven't died, though. I guess you could consider that save and quit the title to be a death. Basically what that does is it skips a small section where you have to go to the different timeline by bypassing some stuff using a trident. We also just picked up the Lightfoot tab, I believe they're called. We can now walk on liquid, which is water and lava. Except flowing water, because that kills us instantly. As you can see, this stage took some inspiration from Super Meat Boy in placing a ton of spikes. Very nice aesthetic choice there. This is one of the hardest stages. Nice little rope dart there.
How hard is it actually to accidentally go out of bounds?
It has happened to me before, and it's ruined some PBs. And when I say some PBs, I mean one.
Because
But,
one is invalid, like,
yep.
automatically, right?
Pretty much. There's certain exceptions, if I remember correctly. Especially if it's something that... there's one particular area where it just happens sometimes. It's almost RNG-ish. Oh, that's bad. I don't want it. Hold on, I'm gonna play this a little bit safer than I usually do. where it's pretty much RNG whether you clip or not, so we forgive that, especially since it doesn't even save any time. But sometimes if you're rope dart climbing too fast, you can also just clip out of bounds. Here's another yeet. Sunken yeet. Very scary because of the spikes, and also I'm at 3 HP, but it's cool. We did it. Water boosts are also one of the cooler tricks. They make us really fast. Vertical room here.
Can I do some donations?
Go ahead.
I've got a €1 anonymous donation with no comment, and a €25 anonymous donation with also no comment, and then a €5 donation from Killer Chair saying, "Whoops, I forgot the €5 for the accidental save screen in my run. Well, here it goes." And all these donations put the DLC incentive at €278. So we only need 122, guys. We're getting closer and closer.
Let's see the picnic panic.
Come on, guys. We can do it.
Coming up is one of the scariest parts of the stage. Even though all of it's scary pretty much, this takes the cake. There's a lot of spikes and this really slow lift. We just don't want to deal with it. That was the sloppiest thing of all time, but we made it through. Ooh, okay. That was very scary. Since our slashes have such a big arc, we can actually just hold onto the wall next to those blocks, and the blocks will be destroyed. Luckily, the stage is coming to an end. Even though it's my favorite stage, I do get really relieved when it's finally over. That was just the worst rope dart climbing. That's some good rope dart climbing. Okay, so the entire goal of the stage was to collect 2 medals. That was the second one. The sunlight and the moonlight medal. And we're gonna place that inside this door, which will unlock our second, what's it called? Music notes. Pretty long cutscene here. Gonna stand in front of the door for like 5 years before even entering. Wallpaper material right here. Sorry, go ahead.
I was like, we gotta prepare ourselves, you know, to enter.
Hell yeah. It's such an ominous room. Could be a boss behind it, except there's not. There's just like a Lord vessel and then a music note.
Oh, cool. Can we put things in and then...
Yeah, we're gonna put some souls, like the golem soul. Interesting, by the way, if you look in the background there in the water, there's a music box. Or like a little thing, a wind-up thing. I don't know why that's there. It's probably a lore reason.
Or a reference to something.
Yeah, that I just don't get. The doors are gonna close like really slowly, which I appreciate greatly. Thanks for that. And we're gonna head on right out of here. And that was it for Sunken Shrine. Gonna miss the music, but not gonna miss the spikes. Now we're gonna be backtracking through a bunch of stages, hopefully going a little bit fast so it goes by quickly. Here's another example of that cool trick I mentioned earlier. Hopefully I actually get it this time. Where you teleport between skeletons. Nope. That's fine. I'll survive. Pretty sad about it though, because it's one of the cooler tricks. We're gonna pretty much be backtracking through most of this stage, Bamboo Creek, and Catacombs. That might sound a little bit daunting, but we have some stuff to pick up along the way. Oops. No music in this area. Very peaceful. Rope dart climbing.
Noise.
And now there's a waterfall. Rope dart climbing. We got to go in here. There's usually a big old section over here you got to do, but with our weirdly shaped arcs from our sword, we can actually just do that. That skips like a minute or so. We're gonna rescue the second Phobkin. No, not Acro, Claustro, because he's afraid of tight spaces and he got placed down here. Ironic, isn't it? Basically, we've got to rescue 4 Phobkins, and they're gonna repair the bridge in Forlorn Temple. And they're all really afraid of something. Acro's afraid of heights, and he's in Cloud Ruins. Claustro afraid of tight spaces, and he's in there. Necro's in the Catacombs, and he's afraid of dead things. And then there's Pyro, which is afraid of fire, and he's in the Underworld. So yeah, they're really just being tortured. And that's why we gotta rescue them. Going through these stages is a lot more fun now that we actually have the rope dart. Reverse anti-skip. Got it. Perfect drop. It's not nearly as hard as regular anti-skip, but... Oops. Good damage boost here. Pretty decent movement, though I wouldn't call it great. Oh, well, there you go. Oh, missed it. Pretty mediocre movement there. Gonna head over to the Catacombs, where we're sadly in the future gonna find out that Ruxton, he died. But luckily he left us his pendant, which is gonna help us out later on in the run. Very nice of him. Again, he decided to stop being evil after we convinced him. That's Ruxton, what a nice guy. We're gonna backtrack through Catacombs in 16-bit. Not too much different, mostly there's just more open space and a little bit more spikes. Coming up, by the way, is one of the coolest sections of the run, in my opinion. Which is... It's definitely one of the most amazing things to see a speedrunner do, even though it's not that impressive from my perspective. Pick up some safety HP there. Gotta keep Thierry alive. Thierry, by the way, in case you didn't know, the file name is actually the lead designer of Sabotage, which is the people that made this game. He did like most of this game. He's the brains behind the operation. I don't know exactly what their structure is. Okay, so this is Dark Cave, and as you can see, it's completely dark, and there's just a stage here that you can't actually see unless you have an ordinary wax candle, which you can get through a long quest line that we just kind of decide to skip. Instead, we memorize the entire layout of this thing. There's not a whole lot of enemies in here, but bottomless pits are everywhere. Not a very large stage, because that's going to wrap it up for us. That's Dark Cave, which is very daunting to learn when you first start running this category. Some people actually choose to just get the wax candle instead of having to learn the layouts. But it's not as hard as it seems. I'm just going to play it safe here and get this log. Oops. You can actually skip that little cutscene there. But I failed. That's bad. Okay. This stage is probably my least favorite stage in the game. It's got a couple of cool strats, but a lot of it revolves around these pods, I guess, that spit you out and bounce you off plants. So there's some puzzles with the plants. And puzzles aren't really something that make you go fast. So that's why I kind of dislike the stage. But it's still... It looks really nice, the music's cool. It's also got one of the coolest aesthetics because in the past, it's all dead. And you might be thinking, well, it shouldn't be dead in the future. Well, we're gonna find out about the story behind this place. Second, when we get to the boss fight. Also, there's a lot of spikes, so just try not to get it too much and we'll be fine. This screen... okay, I almost died. I'm not sure what happened there. Gonna play it a little bit safer than I would. Please just... Scared. I don't want to die. It's been a deathless run so far. I'm gonna keep it a deathless run, damn it. Sorry, dang it. This bird is gonna be our key to victory. Might not look like much, but he's gonna allow us to do a sick, huge jump and keep the momentum from that rope dart all the way through this entire screen.
Oh.
Good job.
Also kind of considered a yeet, I suppose. And that allows us to skip a little cycle there. Now let's bless RNG for this this bat. Maybe he can drop us some HP. Never mind. If he had dropped HP, we could have went for this strat over here. Unfortunate, but we'll survive and just take that 2 seconds of time loss. I feel like I'm slowly starting to talk less and less because I'm kind of tired and I'm starting to get tired. Gotta keep going. So still, just get that DLC in there and get to see me be even more tired. Alright, so that was a small puzzle that I solved because I memorized it. You hit a bunch of plants and it spits you out. It's late.
Yeah, do you want to give the host a time to read some stuff out? If he does that stuff?
In a second. I kind of have a cool strat coming up here.
Cool, let's see this thing.
We are going to use more birds. Birds are just here to be used for us, basically. Okay. One of the hardest strats in the game, and also one that I never really learned until recently-ish. Wow, I missed. Anyway, I did it. It's not really as hard once you learn it, but there you go. Okay, if... the boss is also coming up, though. I gotta talk about the boss. Okay, after this boss, I'll give you your time.
So what's this boss like?
This boss is it might look very nice,
Right.
but it's actually a bat because bats are evil.
Oh no.
And it made all this area look really nice, even though it's actually corrupted. So basically, this entire boss revolves around oops, I forgot to skip some text. Invisible platforms, and you basically just wait for it to reveal the invisible platforms. Except surprise, I know where they're at. I'm gonna wait for this thing to wear off. He or she applies some confusion, which makes your controls reversed. And what you see me do is hit it, like cloud step with it off screen to keep doing damage. That's really bad, actually. Hold on. Okay, that's gonna miss us out on that strat. That's kind of unfortunate. I fell down, so I missed the second cycle. Gonna have to go over here. Hopefully I can remember. You're dead. Okay, good. Go ahead and have your moment, host.
Yay! I'll have my cake and eat it too.
Oh, yay.
Anyways, I only have €1 anonymous donation without a comment. Again, going towards the DLC, which is now only at 121 euros before we meet it. So keep going at it. I would also like to remind you guys that if you do donate, you're not only donating for the awesome DLC thing, but you're also donating for the Dutch Cancer Society, which is a nationwide organization committed to fight cancer while aiming for more cure and a higher quality of life for those already battling the disease. They also put a lot of their funding into research, so you're not just supporting the Dutch people, but you're also supporting the fight against cancer in general. Do stay updated with our events by following us on Twitter and Instagram under the handle BSG Marathon. That's in one word. And you can get a behind the scenes look of the event, and you stay up to date with our latest news on our monthlies, bi-monthlies, and annual events. So do check that one out.
All right. So you saw me take the first death in the run, which is really nice, actually. It's the first run in a while where I haven't actually had any deaths up until that point. That was an intentional death, so don't laugh at me. That was actually faster.
Rather than, yeah.
Yeah. So we also finally got to see Quarble, which is the little demon that brings us back to life. You can also see him in the loading screens. Yeah, it's actually pretty impressive, I think, that I managed to survive that long. Hopefully we can keep it going. There's a couple of death warps. There's 2 more in the run. So the ideal amount of deaths in a run is 3. We're gonna go back here through the Searing Crags. Hopefully gonna show off some cool movements here. Very nice. That one tile wall jump. Unheard of. If our dialogue was in English, you might have seen Colas and Suses talk about that power thistle, which grows over 1,000 years, and we finally plucked it for them by going into the future, even though they were already dead. Luckily, we are cool time-traveling ninjas, so we can just go back in time and give it to them that way. By the way, one thing that I've kind of neglected to mention but have been doing a lot is rope darting one-tile things. Excuse me. Because when you rope dart something that's one tile, it makes you fall down immediately and not lose any speed. That's called a Hansans, because Hansans found it. Shout out to Hansans. He's not really active in the community anymore, sadly. But that's one of the core movement tech that we use in this run. Colas and Suze is going to be able to kick us over to this new area where we will be hunting for another music notes. Area is pretty short, but it only has 1 checkpoint, so if you die here, it's a huge setback. So we want to avoid deaths, even more so than normal, or than usual. Birds here just rope dart targets. And that's going to be it for this, what's it called? Music notes. Music note cutscenes take like 16 seconds. Always a nice little break for you to take a drink or something. There we go. We're gonna keep backtracking, because of course we are gonna grab that checkpoint just for a little bit of safety. It's a marathon after all, and while I do like to go crazy and wild, I also don't want to have a terrible run, because it's actually like PB phase at this point.
Nice. Let's hope you can get a PB.
Oh, there it was. Okay.
Ooh.
That was one of the teleports that we did on the skeletons earlier, except this time it actually saved a bunch of time. It's the same mechanic not really mechanic, but same tech I explained earlier, except on a dog this time, and this one's actually considered to be way harder. So of course I got that one and not the other one. Gonna be able to get hit by every single projectile on the entire stage. Thank goodness we're gonna get a refill here, because we're going back to the Quillstrom Marsh. The only reason we actually went back, or went all the way over to that Riviere, which is what the river stage with the butterfly was called, is to save this fairy, which is gonna free this boss and turn her back into the monk. And she's gonna help us a little bit later. We're gonna also need the fairy later, even later on, for an area. Man, we are 5 time shards away from getting bolstered defenses. I'm very stoked about that. That means we're gonna have to do the underworld without having a defense upgrade, which makes it ever so slightly harder, but I think I'll be able to do it.
Can I do some donations?
Go ahead.
We've got a 20 euro donation from Anonymous with no comment. We got a 10 euro donation from Anonymous saying, "The Messenger DLC? Yes, please! This game was actually done not far from when I work in the beautiful town of Quebec. It's always nice to see someone running this game." And then we got another 10 euro donation from Donato saying, "Let's get that DLC. Come on, guys." And that brings our DLC total to 319 euros. So we only need 81 euros. You're doing great, everyone. Let's keep this donation
Let's
train
go.
going. I'm
Got
loving it.
Thanks for the donations, by the way, everyone.
Yeah, hey, we can do this.
81, that's nothing. And the DLC is gonna take about 20 to 25 minutes. Though I'm not as good as at the DLC as I am at the normal game. To be able to get through it. It's
Does
amazing.
the 2 hour, 20 minute estimate include the DLC, or is that?
Well, initially it didn't, but I made that estimate back when I was way worse at the game, like back in somewhere like March or something. So back then my best time was 2 hours and 10 minutes. Now I've reduced it to a sub 2 hour. So I guess now it kind of does.
Okay.
Please don't get hit. Okay. Phew. Made it.
Safe.
Area is kind of scary, mostly because of all the instance kills, especially in here, because this is flowing lava, so we can't walk on it. And these are all dropping platforms, and there's spiky balls flying around, and it's just all around a hard time. Not actually as hard as it is, but you do want to be careful of getting knocked off. That's gonna give us another music note. We only need 2 more. So we're almost there. How far are we? 1 hour 16, that's pretty decent. About to be 117, but...
Still on pace for PB, you think?
I think so. Oops. Also defenses. Alright, so now everything deals 1 heart less than it used to, down to a cap of 1. So enemies that dealt 1 damage still deal 1 damage, but spikes and stuff, they only do 2 now. So that's a really nice safety. Yep, 1 cell. That's fine. gonna travel all the way back up the Syrian Crags and the Glacial Peak, because we're gonna be visiting the Elemental Skylands, which is arguably the most stressful or hard part of the run, but not really, because it's mostly just auto-scrollers. But also it involves mashing. And it's one of my least... That was just terrible. One of my least favorite stages, actually, because of it. Wait, I was supposed to be 8-bit here. Luckily, I forgot to transfer into 8-bit, but luckily there's a portal there, just for that reason. So, Elemental Skylands, it's the next stage we're going to be going to, and it involves 4 like mini stages, and then riding the dragon we fought earlier in between. And that dragon, he shoots a fireball every time we press the attack button. And there's no cap. Well, I think the cap's actually 52 per second, but I don't think I can press the button that fast. My record's like 14 per second.
Oh man, that's pretty nice actually, though.
He just... It's kind of annoying, because there's a boss fight with him, and you get rewarded for pressing it as fast as possible, and it strains your hand a bunch. So I'm not a huge fan, especially since it's mostly auto-scrollers.
Yeah, as someone who does a lot of mashing, yeah, I know what it's like to have to mash through a lot of text.
In this game, luckily, mashing through text is a thing of the past, because the devs were cool enough to implement a thing where if you hold the right trigger and the X button, I guess the A button on Xbox, it just skips through text frame perfectly all the time. Anyway, Manfred time. I'm gonna keep the controller in my lap to mash the best way possible, hopefully, which is like this. Might look slightly strange on stream, but that's fine. Probably not going to be doing it for the actual normal auto-scroller sections. I'm just going to be mashing with my thumb. But once we get to the boss, I'll actually try and do my best to get the best boss fight possible. The auto-scroller doesn't matter. You can just go at any pace. You don't even have to kill the enemies.
Can I get in a few donations real quick then?
Go ahead, it's an auto-scroller. Resident Sleeper.
I've got a €6.87 donation from myself saying, let's make my life a little bit easier by rounding up the incentive, because there was like a trailing .13, and it's been bothering me for a while now having to look at it.
Well,
And another €20 anonymous donation saying, have another 20. I really want to see that DLC. And that puts us only €54 away from getting the donation donation incentive met. We've already gotten rid of like €100 of it. So let's get it, guys.
So close.
Yeah, this is really reachable right now.
I'm so excited.
Oh.
I really want to do Picnic Panic now. We're going to skip the checkpoints because we're cool like that, and it's just an auto-scroller. Who dies on auto-scrollers? I've actually died before.
I saw some of Picnic Panic, and now I want to also see it.
Yeah, Picnic Panic's amazing. It's the music in it's really good, and also the arts. Everything about it's really good. But I haven't ran in a little bit, so I really hope I remember how to do the strats.
Yeah, it will be great.
Can't be that bad.
Yeah, if anything, I'm sure it'll be a fun time. Even if, you know...
Well, the worst thing about it is if we actually get it, we're gonna have to sit through the credits before we can actually start up the other file. So, and the credits take like 4 minutes.
Could we...
So I could just boot out of the game.
Yeah, that could be an option.
If that wouldn't mess up the capture.
Oh, trust me, I had a game that I had to just force close the game, so
Okay.
don't worry about it.
Should be good then.
As long as you don't mind people seeing your Steam profile or something.
Alright, my Steam profile's PiranhaPig. Look me up, add me. Not all of you, please, but like, if there's cool people,
Suddenly, 2,000 friend requests.
Yeah, you shouldn't have said that.
I mean, it's pretty obvious. My profile might be on private, actually. Hey, There's
I am
also
still extremely proud that I'm your 69th friend on Steam.
Oh,
Tricro.
yeah, that happened on my stream, and someone added me, and it was him, and he was my 69th friend.
that's so hype.
I know, right? It's great.
Nice.
So would you recommend the messenger for beginners or speedrunners, or is it rather difficult to get into it?
Any percent I wouldn't really recommend because it's 2 hours long. But since any percent just includes linear and 8-bit, it's definitely really easy to get into, especially if you like the game and its movements. 8-bit's just like a really nice bite-sized thing. It's got some really clear goals, like you gotta get to sub 50, sub 40, and it's really nice. The community is really cool. We do a whole bunch of races. So yeah, I'd recommend this if you want to get into speedrunning and you've always kind of wanted to do it. I'd recommend this as a beginner game. It's really nice. Though this wasn't my first speedrun game. Bless you. This song's pretty good though.
Thank you.
Hi. I love auto scrollers. Okay, so far, I did this at the last BSG as well, or the last BSG I ran this at. So far we've had the wind, the earth, and the water, which we're currently on. What do you think the fourth island will be?
Wind, water, earth, or
We've
fire?
already had earth.
Oh, sorry, I'm tired.
Oops. It is fire.
Yeah,
What
fire.
a surprise.
I apologize.
Last time I asked, it was like chocolate ice cream or whatever.
Oh man, that sounds like a great plan right now. Can we change that?
Dude, I'd love some chocolate ice cream right now. I'm
Oh
tired.
man, hey, Oreo ice cream, McDonald's, not sponsored. It's great.
It's late.
I agree. Well, we can do this though. Speed running.
Speedrunning. Woo! 2 hours of gameplay.
It's okay. I mean, isn't it the fifth island, Ether? Man. Or is it wood? We're going with the whole, wood, steel, wind, fire. No?
What are
Okay.
you talking about?
It's like the olden 5 elements rather than...
Oh.
Don't worry.
Okay, so coming up, the final. I like how we're just losing it at this point.
It's okay.
It's 2 a.m. Give us a break. It might be later actually. than that.
It's 3 a.m.
Oh well, there you go.
Yep, 2:58.
And I'm doing a highly intensive gameplay.
Yes, this is great. I love it. I actually really like this game. It's pretty
This
cool.
game is really good. Play it. Anyway,
Was
coming
there
up,
any
the final-
donations that happened?
I see you want your donation to be read, Tricro.
Maybe a little bit.
Okay, so we got a €1.99 donation from Tricro saying, "I love you." Damn you. And we've got a €4 donation from Ricold saying, "I'm donating more than the €1 you wanted." Wait, Ricold, you mutilated this sentence. Let me just read it out exactly as he said it. "I'm donating more than the €1 you wanted, me too, and there's nothing you can do about it."
wow, damn, he got us.
English.
This
Oh, I'm
puts
sorry.
the donation incentive only €48 and 1 cent away from completion.
Let's
So-
go.
You know, if you're a OCD person like everyone in chat, you have to donate to fix that.
Okay, so here we go. This is the boss fight. It's gonna be the most stressful thing of my life.
You can do it. I believe in you.
So now Kinnan is gonna round this up, and then everybody in chat will again donate like $1 and
Let's
a
let him
bit more.
focus a little.
Okay, I don't actually want to die. You have to go one more. Oh, my hand's too tired. I can't.
You can do it. I believe in you.
It's so hard. That sounds wrong.
Maybe a little bit, but it's okay. We did it.
We did it.
Woo.
That's Clockwork Concierge.
Hands are dead now.
Yep, they certainly are. He's gonna give us another thingy. Music note. And actually, our dragon, Manfred, he's always wanted to be... I can't remember exactly what he wants to be, but he wants to be a gentleman. So he's gonna kind of be an intern with the Clockwork Concierge, because we basically killed the Clockwork Concierge. So there you go. Manfred's he gets to be a gentleman now.
You gonna come back with a top hat?
Sadly, no.
Ah,
Maybe in a second DLC.
yeah,
This-
that's the next DLC.
the next DLC is the Top Hat DLC, where you get to follow along as Manfred goes through the training to get like a British accent.
Oh
and-
yeah, it's gonna be the whole steampunk themed.
that would
thing.
actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I think so too.
And it's just going to be one big auto scroller. Yeah, it's going to be
Oh
great.
man, yeah, that would be great.
Okay, so we're going to go and collect our final Phobkin, which is Acro, up in the Cloud Ruins. This is what we needed Ruxton's Amulet for. This game just has a bunch of spread out stuff, and if you played casually, it's just going to feel... This is why a lot of people start to lose interest after the first half, because it just feels like you're doing errands. We skip a bunch of them, and we just collect a bunch of them on the way to other stuff. But, like, you need Ruxton's Amulet, which you find in the catacombs to go up here. So there's just a bunch of weird stuff you gotta find around the world before you can progress. But since we kind of just routed all of that, it's not too big of an issue. This stage is some of the tougher platforming and some of the more, pardon my French, BS hitboxes and crushing stuff. So we're gonna see if it's gonna affect us or if the game's gonna be nice to me today. It's also one of the longest stages. Because Acro is like all the way in the back. Decent rope dart climbing. I actually really like the way 8-bit Cloud Ruins looks. With all the thunder in the background, it's great. Nice, we skipped a cycle. Odd.
Woohoo.
Saved us like a second. That's the thing with 2D platformers. Things that save like a second, I say them like, oh, it just saved us a second. But these games get pretty optimized, especially if you look at like 2C's run. 2C is #1 in this game. It's a 2C+.
Shout out to him, he's a real cool guy.
He is a real cool guy.
I made him speedrun Darkest Dungeon one time.
Oh yeah, the Necromancer % or whatever.
Yeah, hey, he knows.
He told me about that. But yeah, I'm gonna play this a little bit safe. He's 5 minutes ahead of second place. He's just optimized this category to a ridiculous extent. I just gotta give him props for that. He's also... I guess I won't spoil it. There's a reference to him.
Oh, cool.
Calling it a reference is a little bit... yeah, I don't know if you can really call it a reference.
Far-fetched.
But it might just be a little bit of an understatement. This is Monka S Ghosts, as I like to call it. These ghosts can be real jerks about giving you cloud steps for some reason. But we got them.
Can I do some donations?
Go right ahead, sir.
I've got a €1 donation from Anonymous saying, hello.
Hi.
And a €5.01 donation from me saying, Trico!
Alright. Time to get on it. Oh, putting the phone down now.
Oh, by the way, that puts us at only €42 for the donation and the incentive to be met.
Alright?
Hey, only 42 left to have all our dreams come true.
Let's just do it. The run is slowly coming to a close. So, don't wait. That's like really sellouty, huh?
That's what we're here for.
Good
Also,
stuff.
buy our merch. No, we
What?
don't.
You could buy the BSG merch, I think.
I think you
somewhere.
pre-order that. Yeah.
Oh, you could. Well,
Or if you're here, you can buy stuff at cash with cash.
Oh boy,
Well, yeah,
stuff
just
at
get
Nintendo
over
Co,
here.
right, Kenan?
Yeah.
Huh?
exactly.
Nintendo Co, right?
Oh yeah, you can always like look up on Nintendo Core because they're sponsoring us, so you can get their goodies, and you can actually feel good about the fact that you're sponsoring us through Nintendo Core.
Yeah.
I read that donation out once.
Nice. Alright, so we're coming up to the end. I like how, like, this is an almost perfect run. Not really perfect. My movement's mediocre, but I haven't died yet.
A
Except
pretty
here.
perfect run for marathons.
It's going really well, and we're just talking about sponsors and selling out.
I'm sorry.
It's great. I love it.
Maybe you should do that more in your active playthrough.
Oh yeah, I should just on my stream just be like, hey, did you know I have a donation link?
Oh man, yeah.
Wait, where am I going again? Oh yeah,
Oh.
right. I kind of forgot what the route was for a second there.
It was the Fire Island thing, or have we passed that now?
Nope, we have to go here. The Fire Island was like 5 minutes
I'm
ago.
sorry.
No, that's all right. We're gonna go
Okay.
to Forlorn Temple. By the way, did you know Forlorn? I thought it just meant like, okay, please. Forlorn, I always just thought was far away, but Forlorn just means sad and lonely.
Yeah, like you're forlorn for someone.
It's sad.
It's really interesting going into the different like language quirks of English. I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, like why read and red are stupid, and lead and lead are also stupid.
Oh man, I know about that. There is a good reason for that, and they are. I'll stop.
A little bit of movement there.
Nice.
How punishing are deaths actually, like on average?
You mean like missing tricks?
No, just dying.
Oh, dying. It really depends on where you die, but it's your first death especially. Your first death loses you like actually 20 seconds, which is pretty rough, especially in 8-bit. Since 8-bit's only 30 minutes long, so it's really optimized.
Did the 8-bit have the death warp in it?
No, 8-bit does not
so
have
that wouldn't
any
matter.
mandatory deaths in it. Also, if you die before the Queen of Quill's boss fight, her Quarble appears and your Quarble appears and they have a little chat, which loses you also like 10 seconds. So if you die before then, it's about... Oh, I was making a gesture with my hand.
Oh.
If you die before then, it's like 30 seconds of time loss, which is really rough. Afterwards, it really depends on where the checkpoint is. Here's all the Phobkins, really cute. They fixed the bridge for us.
Oh. Background's really pretty here as well.
It is. It used to be my wallpaper.
Oh, sweet.
Now I switched it to something from Picnic Panic, which I guess you'll have to just donate to see.
Speaking
I'm good
of-
at this, right?
Oh
You're
man,
so good at this.
you should be.
Oh! Okay.
Save.
Wow.
That happened to me in practice, and I was like, imagine if that happened on stream.
Whoa, that'd be funny, wouldn't it?
Yep, sure would.
Good thing it didn't happen.
Yep. Anyway, sell out, donate.
Speaking of sell out and donate, I've got a €5 donation from Captain GMV, who was on tech a moment ago and says, "So I was tired and went to watch in my room for a bit.
Oh no.
Man, oh man,
Whiz
what is
robes,
this
man.
run amazing."
Wizrobes, please! Wizrobe's being a real jerk right now. Okay.
Oh.
We're
Safe.
fine.
Okay, this is fine.
Anyways, to finish the donation, thanks so
Alright.
much for showing it off, which puts the incentive at only €37. Come on! We want to see that, like, beautiful wallpaper.
You're so close.
And feel free to donate cents to annoy,
Yeah, to annoy
Cannons.
people.
yeah, to make
Make it
them
a
do
not nice number. Just like make it end in a 7.86 or something.
Just as long as it's like a prime number.
Ooh, that's a
Oh,
big
be
yikes.
careful.
I'm fine. God.
Whoa.
I'm scared. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're
Are we good?
Oh, we
in
are.
It to win it.
dude. What a run.
Having a heart attack, man.
I'm sorry if that destroyed anyone's ears.
That was really panicky.
Picnic panicky.
Right.
Not
That's
All right,
what
so
I
this
was
area is
looking-
still.
at all.
Okay, we're fine. It's good. No, I'm good. Okay, well I still got hit, but I got some HP.
Oh gosh, I didn't notice you had health, so I thought you died then.
I love Forlorn Temple.
This is,
Oh.
oh.
Okay, just
Okay,
get
yep,
up there. Yep,
you did it.
We're doing it. Coming up is one of the coolest movement strats in the entire
the floor-
round. It does. It's kind of mesmerizing. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
Got it. I gotta save one shuriken here for a strat coming up, which is pretty hard, but I think I can get it. I was practicing it earlier today, so it's in this room. Get that snipe. Go right under.
Nice.
Very nice.
Also, PP stands for Picnic Panic, right?
It stands for Picnic Panic and also PiranhaPig.
Yeah.
So when I
Both.
played Picnic Panic blind, it was PP playing PP. And then there's also a thing in Picnic Panic called Fire Mountain, which is a stupid name for a volcano. And the game says you can rename it, so we called it PP Peak. So it's PP playing PP on the PP Peak.
If you want to see that, donate.
Yes, you can. Right here, right now. On this channel. ESA Marathon.
Yep.
3 a.m.
3 a.m. We're really going at it for it being 3 a.m. I mean, to be fair, selling out's really easy. It's just like
I mean, I just don't disagree with you.
it's just some really nice commentary that's not hard. I just talk about how you can donate.
How's the run going?
Run's going great.
Glad to hear it, man. Ooh.
That's
should-
kind of scary, but we're fine. We're fine.
Yeah, okay, this is fine.
This stage in general is just kind of a Monka S.
Oh, okay.
Last BSG, I was on PB pace and then I threw it at the boss of the stage. So this is my redemption arc.
I hope so. No comment. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Okay.
Wait, what? I made mistakes in my life. Oh, we're fine. Super Meat Boy, really loving this stage. There we go. Okay, my hands are really sweaty. Luckily, we've got a cutscene coming up for the boss fight of this area. The Demon King. Also known as DK, Donkey Kong.
Oh, I
That's
love
him.
this game.
This boss fight's kind of hard, but
That's the one we saw in the...
yeah, this is the
beginning.
one you
Really?
saw in the intro. And we're finally gonna get to kill him. And this boss is known for its ridiculously easiness, except if you get hit once in the second phase. I'll show you when we get there.
Oh, please don't.
Please. No, okay, he's like one hit away from death, which is... It's gonna make this like loses us a little bit of time, but we're fine. This is gonna put us into the second phase. Stretch a little bit. He's gonna become one big eyeball. If you get hit here,
Oh, he's a beholder.
he is. Except he's got a cool crown. And he's like a little bit less cool. Well, I guess it's easy for me to say the beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Oh,
Oh,
you're right.
I'm good.
I see what you did there.
I do indeed.
Okay,
Oh.
so it doesn't insta-kill you or anything, but once you're on this rocket, you get to do some really simple dodges, but your hitbox here is kind of dumb. And sometimes you just get hit here, and you get knocked all the way back to the bottom, and you have to do this section over again. And I've lost 2 PBs to it, and it's really upsetting. So that's what happened last.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what
you're
happened
fine.
last time at BSG. I just got hit by one of the lasers. I think that's it. Yeah. Okay, so what's gonna happen here is a little bit weird. We're breaking the glass, and he's gonna die. I guess because of the sunlight, but it was glass.
The sunlight burns his eyes.
Yeah, and he's not gonna feel so good as he fades away.
Not feeling so good.
Mr. PiranhaPig, I don't feel so good.
And then his crown's gonna be ours, and we need this crown to enter arguably the coolest level, which we'll see in a second here. It's very nice looking. The music is really good. This cutscene takes like 5 years, but we got it. We're gonna the second to last stage, guys. The time is running out. Don't wait. Donate.
Last I checked, it was 37 euros.
Whoops. Okay, good.
Has there been any changes?
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Ooh.
Hit
Give
me
me a
with it.
moment, and I'll read out a bunch of donations for you.
We're gonna go to the Eldritch level, which is
Oh man, I love this.
it's really cool. Look at the background.
Ah, tendrils.
It's cool, right? And then we're gonna go through here. We also need the fairy for this, which is what I mentioned earlier. It's a very simple stage. There's like little to no enemies.
Looks pretty extraterrestrial.
Oops. Yeah, it's very cool. And we're gonna see the quote-unquote boss of this area. I say that because we tried to skip him, and it might softlock the game.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So we're gonna see. If it does, it's not a huge deal. It just loses us like 2 minutes. And if that happens, the PB is dead. But it'll be fine. It's not that hard of a trick.
Can I go in with
Yeah.
the donations before that?
Go ahead.
Okay, so we got an anonymous €7.86 donation. Then we got a €10 donation from Donato saying, okay, another 10 because I really want to see that DLC. Now that I think about it, let's just do 9.99 for the incentive so the announcer can donate again. LOL. We got a €10 donation from Code P saying, donating to Mr. PP. Can't wait to hear the music box and good luck. Then we got another €5 donation from Pickle saying, PP for PP. And then a €5.64 donation from me saying, I do not want to read out the donation incentive with cents. However, I no longer have to because we have met the DLC.
Let's go!
You guys have been absolutely awesome.
Hell yeah, sold out.
sold out.
Whoa. Wait. Oh, good thing.
It's okay. We're shameless.
I suppose.
Okay,
yeah.
so coming up is the trick. If we die here, that's bad. So let's not die here.
Way to RNG.
And there we go. We died.
Oh.
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 Except that's the trick.
Oh, debated, guys.
I wonder how many people I got with that.
B.
That's kind of that means I did a good job on acting. This is just gonna skip the boss fight.
And maybe like 2.2k people
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it could
A
have
couple
been.
of those already knew because that's like a meme in the community. We always say, "Oh, we're gonna die and it's gonna be awful."
Oh no.
That's a beast.
That's a big Eldritch Horror, except
Oh,
we're already
gosh.
here, so we're just gonna leave.
Oh, nice.
See ya.
Okay, so this is the final stage, boys. Unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to do Picnic Panic with Thierry. We're gonna have to switch over to High, which is my save file. That has most of the upgrades that I need for Picnic Panic, which is gonna be a little bit sad, but I think we'll be fine. Okay, so
Yep.
this is the music box, which is without a doubt. First, let me skip this cutscene. The hardest stage in the game. It's based on cycles. The music decides the cycle, so it's like in a tempo sort of thing, which you might notice. And it's really difficult, and there's a lot of things that can kill you, so hopefully we can make it through here. It's got some really good music.
Oh,
It's so spacious with these headphones. Headphones are good. Okay, we're fine. It's okay to take a little bit of damage because we do have meditation, which makes checkpoints refill 5 HP. So basically the reason we're here is that a guy called Phantom is stuck in here. And we have to save him by killing him. Well, not really killing him, but we have to defeat the mask that's corrupted him. What we could also do, by the way... actually, no, I'm not going to do that, because that might ruin this sick run. I was going to suggest maybe just quitting just before the final boss so we can switch over to that other file and do Picnic Panic without having to hard reset the game. But that sounds like an ordeal. This movement right here is top notch. It's kind of rough. So because the cycles in this level are based on music, you can actually enter checkpoints to reset that timer. Gonna grab some safety HP. You can actually enter checkpoints to reset the music, and the cycles will be different. So we're gonna do that twice in the stage. That was bad. Skip that first cycle. This section is kind of stressful. The precision platforming. There is like a super hard trick you can do with this bird, which I've never been able to perform. So I don't really want to go for it in this God tier marathon run, if you don't mind. Oh no. Dang it. Gonna be a lot of these crystals that open doors. There's the first time we're gonna do it. Go into the checkpoints. As you'll see, all the obstacles will be disabled for a short amount of time. That's this movement. Very good right now, but fine. Good. Don't like this section. Okay, so there's a lot of puzzle rooms here, but we're just gonna absolutely destroy them with our stupid glitches like that. Hit that through the wall. Don't even have to do half of it. Very nice. Whee. These crushers can kill you, by the way. It may not look like it, but it's also a very scary thing to do. So far, so good. Not gonna go for greedy strats here. You have some time to spare. Room's got a cycle that is very difficult to hit, and we got it. Nice. Slowly, everyone starts clapping. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay.
Anytime.
This stage really isn't that hard if you're just doing it slowly, but going fast here is really tough. There's also like a perfect... I missed it 3 times. Very cool. There's like a pixel perfect shuriken there to hit that from across the room. I haven't missed it in a while, but of course. It's gonna be a little bit annoying. Perfect. Another yeet. Another puzzle room, which again, we're not gonna really do the intended way here. Because we know how to... Okay, get up there, please. Okay. Gonna get hit by everything once again. Just how we roll here. Luckily, there's a checkpoint here, which we will enter. Not gonna do a whole lot other than disable those crushers earlier. Sometimes one of those enemies just kind of decides to jump into the pit, which is absolutely tragic. Please get over there. This room's very cool if I do it fast. Well, I'm doing it fast, so it's a win now, I can say that much. Still did it kind of fast. Good enough. Very good. Okay. We're almost at the boss fight.
Ooh.
This is the final room. Small bit of lag there. So
Oh, the piano.
my time might look worse than it is, because right now it's 1:55, which is still pretty damn good. But my PB is calculated in loadless time. This is the final boss, by the way. This is Phantom. He's pretty much Ganondorf. That's kind of rough. Hopefully that doesn't mess anything up. Okay, good. So we manipulate him into falling down immediately by going into that corner. Then he does this attack, and we're going to use invincibility frames to never get hit. Hard boss, by the way. Oh, I forgot about this. Shurikens. Oh, nice, I got the teleport.
Wow.
That doesn't really do anything except look cool. Going for that damageless, by the way. Not for any particular reason other than it's cool. Okay, this is not time yet, so don't worry about that, but that is Phantom done, and that's pretty much the run, but we still gotta do one mashing section. So we finally freed him from the curse. We're gonna teleport out of here. There's our friends waiting for us. But oh, surprise. The mask followed him, and we're gonna have to do the thing. This is, by the way, this is the meme, do the thing, where we all raise our hands, and we transform into a golem, and we do the thing. I'm gonna mash here, because that's what you're supposed to do. Can't really raise my hand myself.
That's okay.
Okay, so time's coming up. Once this beam reaches him... time! That was really good. Like, really good. Okay, so now I should probably reset the game if we're gonna do the DLC. Or we could sit through the DLC, through the credits, but they take a while.
So where do you see the your time without loads?
You actually can't in-game. Well, you can just before the boss fight, but that doesn't actually calculate the boss fight. We used to use, before the update that introduced the DLC, we could just... someone called VoxelZ, which is a great member of the community, made a timer, or a mod for Live Split or something, that made it so that every time Quarble appeared in the bottom right of the screen, the timer stopped timing. So that calculated our load time or loadless times. But I don't, like, 157, that could be a PB. It depends on how much load we have. Anyway, we're gonna get in to the DLC here.
Ooh.
Sadly not with Thierry, we're gonna go with Hi.
Hi.
Oh, I gotta get him to a teleporter first, hold on. This was also sort of my practice file. But this one has Demon's Bane, which is an upgrade, and it has more shurikens and more HP and whatnot. Anyway, ignore that creepy mask. We are going to Picnic Panic, so... oh, you shouldn't have started the timer yet. The timer starts once I press that, but whatever. Start it now. It's fine. We're not really going for a PB here anyway. So we're back in Ninja Village. This time we're going to the left. We're gonna meet Ruxin there, who's gonna take us on an adventure. Because Barmathazel, the demon boy, he's captured all of the Phobekins, and basically he's just trolling them and making us come over there, because that's his evil plan. And Ruxin, you know, he got tired of being called short, so he got some long legs. And then Octopus steals them. It's just very sad. We gotta get them back for him. He's very insecure about his height. So we're gonna go for a surf and trip. And this is probably my favorite track in the game. This music here. So this is like a mini game. We could have skipped this, I suppose, but this is technically still part of the DLC. This is a mini game where you're just surfing around, and there's this thing called a Necro Dash, I believe, which is whenever you see me going with a green thing in front of me. Those get extended if you hit stuff. So the goal is to keep your combos up as long as possible. Makes for a pretty fun minigame, which is pretty easily exploitable. Some people have gotten like 9 billion points on this or something. It's pretty ridiculous. And my eyes are way too tired to keep up with this, my god.
You can do it just a little bit more.
So, since this is already on a completed file, all the collectibles are actually already collected, but that doesn't matter. You can just play through this DLC whenever you want. We're just gonna miss all the collectibles. But basically, the way people exploit this for points is if you're jumping, your combo actually can't end. So you can just keep a combo chain going forever and then, yeah, get 9 billion points. This is not all of the DLC, don't worry. Just the first part. Takes about 3 minutes. Should be coming up on the end soonish. so many bounces. I'm so good at this game. It actually, it's like there's almost no possible time save in this section. Like you can necro dash as much as you want, but there's only like 10 seconds difference. Okay, so here's the boss fight. This is standard octopus. Except it's got like infinite tentacles. And the way this boss works is you want to hit it with a couple of balls of ink or whatever this is before you can actually hit it. You have to do that 3 times. And you have to kill the tentacles for it to spit out the balls of ink. Here it comes, there's a big attack. The blammo. One more. Almost. Up. Good.
Oh.
There goes my combo. My combo of like 1. Feels bad, man. Done. Here we go. Alright, and that's the first part done. Now we can actually finally get some boots on the ground gameplay, as they say.
Can I quickly do a donation?
Sure.
We've got a €10 anonymous donation saying, "This music is so good." I agree.
Hell yeah, it's the best. It's the best track in the entire game, in my opinion.
Aww.
Yeah, they're gonna do a tentacle touch.
Wait.
So the story behind that is, Ruxton is their adopted son, and once they told Ruxton he was adopted, he became like emo and wanted to become a necromancer.
Wow.
That's the actual story behind Ruxton. So there you go. Now you know.
That sounds accurate.
Gonna do a cool swag shot there with the water boost, also known as a yeet. Another one there. Jump up here. Hit the boy.
But they're called Octo and Pi, right?
Octo and Pi? Yeah, that sounds right. Gonna skip a whole bunch of this area. This is also a great track. Rainbow Dragon Eyes is just it's so good. Amazing. These guys, by the way, they're called voodlings or whatever. I think they're called voodlings. Could be wrong on that. They are harmless. All they're there for is for you to hit if you need like a cloud step or something. If you're also a cruel monster. Which I'm not, except at a couple of instances. Just a reminder, this DLC is absolutely 100% free. If you have this game, you have this DLC.
You have to have a completed file though, right? Or what is the requirement?
You have to have collected at least 2 music notes, and then it becomes accessible. So we could have done this on that other save file, on Thierry, but we wouldn't have had all the upgrades. I'm gonna try this again here. If I can get it. Nope. Okay. Well, you can actually carry that momentum all the way through this room, but I failed. This is called a Guile Pile. We're gonna use them to do a sequence break there. They're very cute. Most of the enemies here are kind of just reskins of old enemies, but they're still pretty cool. My movements in this DLC is not going to be as optimized as my standard movements. Because this has only been out for like a month. Wait, that was wrong. Oops, I messed up the puzzle. You can hit these things to make the track go right, and I accidentally threw 2 instead of 1. Messing everything up. Speaking of yeets, probably the biggest yeet in the game over here. There you go. Across that entire room. More Guile piles. By the way, it's a reference to Street Fighter or whatever Guile's from. Probably Street Fighter. Never played Street Fighter, so I wouldn't know.
I played a lot of Street Fighter pinball. That counts.
It does.
Oh.
I mean, it's pretty much the same thing.
Ah, yes, you're right. Shoutouts to Pinball and Nebulous. Who's not watching this, but that's fine.
Checkpoint, thank you. These birds are actually kind of fun. They're Mario 2 style. You can actually stand on them, and they take you to secret areas. Unfortunately, we don't have time for secret areas right now. We're in a speed run with huge quotes around it.
Gotta
Okay.
go fast.
So this is... it's really hard. I don't know if I can do the strats. But this is a boss. It's like a tiki dude.
I'm actually hyped to see this because the devs actually didn't want speedrunners to break it, right?
Yeah, they did a whole bunch of stuff
Speedrunners
to
will
make
still break
it's
it.
really hard for speedrunners, but it's still possible. You can actually just chain that thing I did on top of his head forever. But I messed up.
It can still be broken.
Yep.
I knew it will still be.
It's really hard. It's probably the hardest boss fight in the game. Also because you just have a really solid chance of dying. I'm so close. You can also just damage boost up the side, but I don't want to die because this is like also one of the longest boss fights in the entire game, if not the longest. Maybe aside from Phantom. I'm kind of doing a poor display here, but that's fine. That was pretty decent. If I was in a normal run, I'd damage boost at the side of him right now, but I'm not crazy right now. Alright, very nice.
Nice, good
That was not an amazing boss fight, and turns out it's actually the golem from before who was just trying to make the weather ease up, but instead we destroyed his totem. Now he's sad again. But he's gonna play it off like last time. But as soon as we leave, gonna let the tears flow.
You really made him cry again.
Really did. I'm just kind of like a bully in this game, huh?
Yeah, man, I can't believe you've done
They
this.
they pretend you're the good guy, but really, like, he's just an honest working individual, and now he's crying.
Oh, that's really pretty.
Yeah, this is my new background. This sounds really strange on these headphones, like way different than it does on my own headphones. Okay, now it sounds the same. That start was really weird. This is a really cool level. This is Fire Mountain, also known as PP Peak. It'll catch on, don't worry. 'Cause the game is actually like, yeah, Fire Mountain's a dumb name, so you can just name it whatever you want. And I was like, oh, Peepee Peep. I've always wanted to have a mountain named after me. That's typical bucket list stuff. Go skydiving, have a mountain named after you.
That's
Oh,
pretty
that's
accurate.
scary. Okay.
Accurate and relatable.
Yes. I too wish to have a mountain named after me.
How would it be called?
Try Mountain?
Try harder.
1 second, let me just think of a better name. Oof, my heart. No, that's a terrible name.
The stage's got some great vertical movements, which will see a little bit of... I kind of messed it up there, but... So a lot of the enemies here, they can't actually die because they're so cute. So the devs just kind of decided to make them invincible. So they just kind of lay on their side and cry, which is just about equally as sad as killing them, I think, but... Can be a little bit scary. Get it? Great vertical movement there. Really nice. Okay, got it. Not going for all the cool strats, just because mostly I just haven't practiced this a whole lot. Sad to say.
I see there's still plenty of damage boosting though.
Yeah, damage boosting, that's what it's called.
Yeah, man.
Maybe not intended, right?
Yeah, I usually call it RNG manipulation. I am on 1 HP. Oh, and I got the one tile. It's him, legendary speedrunner PiranhaPig. Okay, phew, checkpoints.
Oof.
And we can calm down. This section looks really chaotic, but mostly you just rope dart a couple times and you're through. But this is my background. That screen. Okay, so we're gonna find Barmathazel here with all the Phobkins. Look at how sad they are. My goodness. And he's gonna reveal that this was his plan all along, and he's gonna create a dark messenger. And we're gonna have to do battle with our dark counterparts in a series of like races, pretty much. We're gonna find the monk here. I can't remember what she says. It's something about Quirble. Oh, right, because this is actually not a battle between the messengers. It's a battle between Quirbles. So if I win, his Quirble dies. If he wins, my Quirble dies. I've never lost, so that's a good sign, I think. That was a really cool trick. If you, those gecko enemies, these ones, have like a knockback effect on their first hit. If I throw a shuriken right before I rope dart, it's going to connect and like send me flying across the room. Very cool. That's the first time I've done it in the DLC. But I'm pretty sure better runners do it a lot more. Oh, good lord. Okay, I don't want to have this guy beat me. Okay. I'm a little bit spooked. I think I'm fine. Whee. Okay, so this is the hardest one. This one we call Yeet, for obvious reasons. You can't really make a mistake here or he'll beat you. So... Made a mistake, but I beat him still. Very nice. Okay, so that's the almost the final boss. Now we're gonna get to the real final boss because Barmathazel's plan was to have him get defeated because of course it was. I think you guys are gonna like this. This is a cool boss fight. So once more, it's time to do the thing, but they're gonna do the thing.
Here's the blindfold.
Oh, 1 second. I've got the
Oh,
blindfold,
yeah,
right here.
blindfold.
So that's no.
So they're gonna do the thing and get a demonic golem, and then our friends appear. One of them's in a like a little tiki outfit. 'Cause, apparently he was celebrating his vacation. Gonna put on a hat, and we're gonna also do the thing. The thing, and then we're gonna duke it out in a good old-fashioned matchup punch-out.
Oh boy.
I already got hit. Good stuff.
So next time, incentive blindfolded. Fight.
Blindfolded fight. Don't think I'm that good.
Blindfolded messenger punch out. Yeah.
Pop, 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 pop. So we have to kill him 3 times. It's gonna take a while. Dang it. And every time he hits us, we're gonna get a little bit of our super meter decreased. We're gonna finish off all of them. Okay, stop comboing me. I'm really bad at this, if you can't tell. Like, I've actually lost runs to punch out, which is really sad. Okay, this is like really embarrassing at this point. Okay, we're gonna every life we're gonna finish off with a special.
Ora. Oh,
Ora,
sorry.
ora.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you're a
And then
weeb.
we can mash to get HP back. Very nice. Punch out.
Like, damage. Unfair.
Obviously, as he gets into his later phases, he's gonna do more intense moves, but we're just gonna hope he doesn't do them. Oh, well, that's one of them, but it's gonna allow us to hit him 6 times, which is very nice. Uppercut. Uppercut. Okay, good. The next time we use our super, it's gonna be time, so... Coming up. You can actually, like, combo you in this one, though, so... Okay.
Donkey Kong fail.
Oh no. I'm scared. What is this? Oh, I did it.
His eyes glinted for a second.
Did a cool move. That was good. Okay, time! Whoa, that's the DLC!
Wow.
We're gonna do a cool Dragon Ball Z style, punch him up, teleport behind him. Bam!
Dunk him down. Whoa.
A little bit overkill, but
I know.
excuse me. That's gonna be it for the Messenger DLC. We could watch the credits. There's a little bit of an interesting tidbit, but it's gonna take like another 5 minutes, and we don't want to make the schedule any more busy. I'll just spoil it. 2 speedrunners are in the credits, 2 C+, and Kuninga CST, which are two like rivals almost. They're really good at the game, and shout outs to them. Anyway, that's gonna be it for my run. The Messenger. It's an awesome game. You can find me at twitch.tv/PiranhaPig, even though I don't stream that much. You guys want to shout anything out?
I'm Tricro. We're about to have an interview after this, so
okay.
enjoy that. And
Do I just stay here or do I move somewhere else?
it's over there.
Okay, cool.
We'll do that in a bit.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's been an
Oh,
enjoyable.
I should probably close off Steam.
Yeah. Oops.
Thank you for that ridiculously fun to watch run, and thank you everyone for donating for the DLC. That was absolutely wonderful to watch Punch Hat. So that was definitely worth the 400 euros and the sellout. You guys are awesome. Anyways, like PiranhaPig said, we're gonna do a quick little interview, and after that we have Jelly Dots doing Celeste X. So stay tuned for all of that.